welcome back to my channel. It is your girl Dutchy, and what the actual heck, we hit 30,000 subscribers. What? So in true Dutchy fashion, or as I have done for my past couple of milestones, in today's video I decided to do a 30k Q&gay. So as per usual, I took to my Instagram to get you guys to ask me your deepest, darkest, juiciest Q's about what? Yours truly. And I also thought, you know, 30k, I'll treat myself with a little Happy Meal while I answer some of these juicy questions from you guys. Tell you what, toys weren't this frightening back in my day. Goodness me. Okay, first question. Celeb crush? Question mark. I'll be honest, my celeb crushes come and go in waves, as do most people's, I suppose. Sometimes they're girl crushes, sometimes they're guy crushes. At this point in time, it's a boy crush. I am crushing hard on KJ Appa for more than one reason. Holy heck. Guys, I am full fangirl level, and to illustrate just how fangirl I am, here's a quick little story time from the time I met KJ. And I walk up to KJ, Hart, and Vanessa, tap KJ on the shoulder and sort of like, hi, we're Australian.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
And look, I'm not a socially awkward person, I'm super extroverted, I've met famous people before, I've never been nervous talking to big YouTubers that I've met before, and yet, for some reason, with KJ, I couldn't get any other words out other than, hi, we're Australian. Anything else, literally anything else would have been better than, hi, we're Australian. You know, I thought maybe because like he's New Zealand and we're Australian, we're like brother and sister countries, you know, wanted to bond. Anyway, that is my celeb crush at the moment. I want to marry him. It's an unhealthy obsession and I am a total fangirl for him. Next. Do you speak Dutch? Ja, natuurlijk. Can I get a girlfriend in middle school? I feel like the only lesbian there. But yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with dating in middle school. If you find someone who likes you as much as you like them and you feel like dating, then absolutely. But by the sounds of it, your issue is more not knowing whether there are other lesbians in your school or not, which can be pretty hard. But yeah, other than that, if you do find someone, I don't think there's anything wrong with dating in middle school. Go for it. What should I do if I find myself liking too many people at once? Honestly, I don't think that's unnatural. I think many people have had a crush on more than one person at a time. It's sort of more how you go about that and what you keep to yourself and what you don't. It's completely a personal choice, but I suppose if you do decide to disclose this information to these people that you like them and you have a crush on them and then they end up finding out, it could be a bit scary for you, I guess. I wouldn't stress though, like if you're happy and you're like liking all these people, that's fine. Just let it run its course, and if they like you back, then that's cool too, but then you don't want to get into a mess if like all these people like you back and then they all want to date you and you're like, it can be pretty like messy and stuff, but I don't know, girl. Let it run its course, see what happens. When was the first time you had sex with a girl? Would have been 22 years ago. I'm a late bloomer. What can I say? Hey, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy my Q&Gays. How to come out in a religious school. That's a hard one to answer because I haven't been in that position. I also don't know which school you go to or how your teachers are. I know some religious schools are completely fine, and then some are super homophobic and preach that sort of stuff, which is absolutely awful. But if you do say have a certain teacher or a group of friends that you can confide in and trust with your sexuality, then I would go for it. But on the other hand, if you feel unsafe and feel like you'd be unwelcomed if you did come out at your religious school, then I would definitely hold off. As much as it sucks and as much as you just want to be yourself and express your sexuality and let everyone know who you are and who you're attracted to, I would also hate for anything bad to happen to you. But sometimes keeping it in until you can be out in a safe environment is the best thing to do. Should I wait for a relationship to develop if she wants to develop a friendship now? I think so. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And I honestly think that the most successful and like best relationships do grow from a solid friendship. Kind of sounds like you've told her that you have feelings for her, or maybe both of you do, but she wants to be friends first, which is completely fine and super normal. And it doesn't mean that you can't be like super friendly and like go on dates and do stuff with her. She just, by the sounds of it, wants to be friends first and like build that solid base, which is, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. So yeah, go for it. How do you say you're having feelings towards your girl BFF without freaking her out? Note, I don't know if she's gay. Yeah, this can be a tough one. And again, because I'm not in your situation and I can't see how you guys act around each other or anything like that, it's hard to decipher. In my experience, I've just always remained super open and honest with people. It has sometimes hurt me and it's sometimes kicked me up the backside, and not being too great. Other times, honesty has really helped in situations. And if she's acting towards you in a way that may suggest she has feelings for you or she wants to be more than friends, even if she hasn't come out yet, then yeah, for sure, I probably would say something. On the other hand, if you're crushing on her super hard and you just want to tell her and you want to be with her, but you're sort of, it's all like wishful thinking, then I probably wouldn't, and I would just wait it out a little bit. Doesn't mean nothing's gonna happen ever, but just give her some time and see if things do blossom into something before you go ahead and yeah, freak her out by saying, yo, I'm into you, which could go one of two ways, but I mean, totally up to you, girl. If you like LGBT content, make sure you subscribe. How do I ask my girlfriend if I can kiss her without making it sound weird? Honestly, asking is actually kind of hot. And I mean, she's your girlfriend, right? So it's not like you're gonna get rejected, unless of course she's not ready to kiss yet, which is completely fine. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But I've done the whole asking, can I kiss you before? I asked a girl who I wasn't even dating if I could kiss her. Like, instead of just going ahead and doing it, I think because we were getting along real well and like vibing and stuff, but I was sort of like, I don't know, because we were sort of like friends too, and I didn't want it to be weird, and I didn't want to just go ahead and do it, so I was just like, can I kiss you? And she said, yeah, and like, it happened. So honestly, you can just ask, like honestly, you can ask. If you are together and you're vibing, obviously you're dating, you're crushing on each other, when the moment's right, and you'll know when it's right, you know what you're vibing, what you're feeling, just ask, hey, can I kiss you? And like, look into her eyes, make it super romantic and cute. And I mean, the worst that can happen is she says no, or she says she's not ready yet. And in that case, just be like, that's okay, and like change the conversation. If you could date a celebrity, who would it be? Love you too. Honestly, dude, KJ Appa, and woman at the moment, honestly, and like I see these two as celebrities, Shannon Beveridge or Fletcher. Or both. Waarom woon je niet meer in Nederland? For those of you out there who do not understand Dutch, that was why don't you live in Holland anymore? For those of you who don't know, I was born in Holland, and yes, that is why I am Dutchy on YouTube. My real name is Megan, however I just thought, Megan's kind of boring, like it's not like a catchy name for YouTube. So I was like, I'm gonna call myself Dutchy. I don't live in Holland anymore because my parents and I moved out to Australia when I was only a little over a year old. I was about 14 months. My grandma was actually really sick in hospital at the time, so we did come out to see her and be with her, and then Dad actually ended up really liking Australia. Most of Mum's side of the family is here, so eventually we just ended up staying here. In saying this, we did go back every 2 years to visit the fam and the friends and everything in Holland until I turned about 13, I think. I actually haven't been back since, and I'm 23 now, so that's a long time ago. I do want to come back and visit. I do have plans to come to Europe next year. I just have to work my butt off to get there, but I will, and yeah, I really want to come back and like visit all my friends and fam, and just, I freaking love Holland. If I could live in two places at once, I honestly would. I would live in Holland and I would live in Australia, because both countries are just... How to know if you're straight, bi, or gay? Honestly, it's a crash course. Not going to lie, I've gone through all 3 stages thinking I was each of those. I think it's important to listen to your heart, listen to your thoughts, write things down. Who are you thinking about? What celebrities are you crushing on? Do you feel like you're attracted to boys? Do you feel like you're attracted to girls? Do you feel like you're attracted to both? Or do you feel like you could fall in love with anyone regardless? Like, do you not see gender and sexuality and race and anything as a thing? Like, are you just attracted to people? I can't tell you really how to figure it out. It's a personal thing. It's a personal journey that you go on. What do you think is a good age to come out? I'm 14 and I'm a lesbian, but I don't know when's good. Honestly, there is no right age. The right age to come out is when you feel ready and most comfortable, and you're happy within yourself and your sexuality, confident, and you want to let the world know. If you're feeling that now at 14, then 14 is the right age for you to come out. If you're not feeling that yet, you don't feel it till you're 20, or you felt it when you were 12. Honestly, it's a personal thing. Changes for everyone. How tall are you? The last time I checked, I was like 174 centimeters. What was your favorite subject in high school? By the way, illy so much. Love you so much too. Honestly, PE probably. Lol, because I'm such a sporty girl. But no, I did love PE. When are you coming to the Netherlands? Honestly, if I could get on a plane right now, I would. At this point, I need to save my money, work my ass off, save my money, come over and do a whole Europe trip because I miss my family, I miss my friends over there, I want to catch up with everyone, and honestly, I just miss Holland and Europe in general. Oh, I just want to explore and come over and see everyone and meet you guys. A lot of you guys have wanted to meet me that live in Holland, which is absolutely insane, but that's cool. So what's happening? Let's book it in for next year. I don't know when. I want to come over for summer, so hold me to that. What to do if you're in a relationship but worried about who tops who but scared to talk about it? If you're too scared to talk about it, maybe it's too soon in the relationship. Healthy relationships go hand in hand with open communication, and if it's more of a like just nervous thing that you don't want to talk about it, then just let it happen naturally. Someone's gonna have to end up on top anyway. But like, yeah, I don't know, if you're too scared to talk about it, maybe it's not the right time yet. But yeah, as I said, if it is just like a nerves thing, then just hop on top, girl. See how it goes. What's your advice on coming out? Honestly, don't do it until you're 100% confident and comfortable within your sexuality. Only come out when you're in a safe environment to do so. This is not only your household, your home where you live. Have you got friends and family or someone around you who does support you for who you are? All those sorts of things. And obviously are you ready to come out yourself? If you think you may be gay or bi or pan or any other sexuality other than hetero, don't come out because you feel like you have to. I think that's an important thing. Like, if you feel like you're just doing it because you need to say something and just because you want people to know you're not straight, then you're probably not ready to. Whereas if you are 100% confident and comfortable with people knowing and you want people to know, then you're ready. What age were you when you came out? By the way, love you. Love you too, kitty. I was 19. Do you like Italian food? Kisses from Italy. Oh my goodness, hello. And yes, I do. I am a big fan of spaghetti and pizza, just pizza pasta in general. Love. Why are you called Dutchy? Something to do with the Netherlands? But yes, a couple of years ago I took on the name Dutchy for my YouTube channel because I was born in Holland and because I thought Megan Dijkman was a pretty boring YouTube name. What's the gayest thing you've ever done? My gayest moment was either running around my old neighborhood naked with this pride flag wrapped around me for a video, or whenever I'm fucking a girl. Do you ever second guess yourself before posting a photo about being bi? I don't second guess myself posting anything other than body pose posts because sometimes they're a little bit risque and a little bit not everyone's taste, which is fine. But when it comes to my sexuality and posting about that and like lifting others up about it, no, I do not hesitate. How did you know you were bisexual and not a lesbian? I dated a guy for nearly 6 years, and although I know there are people out there that do date guys and then they're like, no, I'm not into guys, I'm into girls, just wasn't the case for me. I am still attracted to men and would still date and sleep with and be with men, and I know that for a fact, and I would do the same with a woman. So that's how I know that I'm bi. How can you get to know gay or bi girls once you've come out if you don't know any? This is honestly hard. Twitter is a great place to start. That's where I have met a lot of LGBTQ+ friends, and I am still friends with them and I message them on the daily. So if you haven't got a Twitter account, definitely pop on there. And if you're looking for people around your area, then honestly dating apps can help. Like, dating apps aren't always for dating. You can actually meet people, or you can just put in your bio that you want more gay friends or something like that and see how that goes. What's your ideal type? I'm very get you a girl that can do both. A girl that can rock the tomboy look day to day, but then also look femme AF like on a night out or like every now and then is pretty attractive. Physically, in guys, height and a good smile is something that I'm super attracted to, and a guy that who dresses well as well, like same goes for girls. Someone that I can joke around with and we can take the piss out of each other, but also someone that you can have super in-depth, intelligent conversations with, and someone you can trust, someone who's loyal, all the good things. What would be your advice to people in the closet with a homophobic environment? First of all, if you're in a homophobic environment, I am so sorry, and I just want to give you a hug and bring you to my non-homophobic environment. All of you, if you're struggling with this, It actually hurts me. My advice though is to keep it in. If you are living in a homophobic environment, I don't want you to be putting yourself in any danger or any possible danger of either being kicked out or just neglected or just not feeling comfortable or not feeling accepted by your family. That would be awful, and I understand that not being able to be yourself and come out hurts too, but I want you to remain safe. And unfortunately, keeping everything in that situation is pretty much the safest and only thing you can do until you can move out and support yourself and be you and surround yourself with people who do accept you for who you are and love you for who you are. But please do remember my DMs are always open. But if you seriously are struggling and you do need to talk to someone, I will link some hotlines and websites down below. I'm not a professional. As I said, I am here for you. I'm here for everyone. But if you do need professional advice or someone that you seriously need to speak to, I'll pop some helplines down below in the description box. What's your favorite hobby? Honestly, YouTube. It gets me out of my head. I love creating content for you guys, and it is my hobby. And while it does take up a lot of time and it's like pretty much another side hustle, another job for me, another form of income, it is a hobby to me. I don't see it as a job. It's something I love doing, and yeah. If you've already come out as something but realized you're something else, what do you do? Honestly, I think I briefly touched on this before. It's completely up to you. There's a lot of prejudice, a lot of mean people out there that if you do come out as something else will be like, but you came out as this and blah blah blah. The thing with this is society sucks sometimes, and although I will sit here and remain completely neutral to the situation, I'd be like, hell yeah, come out as who you are, babe, like do it. There are always going to be people out there that are like, hey, but you weren't this a minute ago. Oh, but you came out as that. How do you even know? You're probably just so confused. You probably don't know what you are. And I can never stop that from happening. I wish I could. If you do want to come out again as your true self, then by all means, go for it. I have your back. But if the thought of people questioning it and everything weighs too heavily on you, you don't actually have to come out again. You can date who you want and love who you want, but there's no need to come out again unless you really want to. Be who you want to be and date who you want to date, then people don't really need to know the fine details. Is Australia LGBTQ+ friendly, or do they have progress to make? They're getting there. There's definitely progress to make. There's always going to be people that don't agree with it and don't support it, but it's not the worst place to be in. Opinions on scissoring. That shit's hot. Who is your idol? Shannon Beveridge. How do I know if my girlfriend still likes me? That's a tough one. I guess that's a conversation you kind of have to have with her. If she's being a bit different, if she's being a bit standoffish, or if she's backed away a little bit from how she used to act with you, that may be an indication, but I think that's a conversation that you need to have with her. I'm gay and in middle school. My mum wants me to dress femininely and maturely, but I just want to wear overalls and men's t-shirts. I know you did a vid, it was freaking great by the way, but I wanted some middle school specific gay fashion advice. Oh, okay. This is me. Throughout my entire high school years, my mum always wanted me to dress in more feminine clothing than I did, and always bought me super feminine like dresses and skirts, and I just wasn't about it, but I wore it anyway to please her, and just because I guess all the other girls were wearing it, so it wasn't that bad really, but it was because I wasn't comfortable with it at all. Tell your mum, tell her that you're more comfortable in overalls and shirts, and you don't feel comfortable wearing what she wants you to dress as, and you don't feel like you want to dress femininely. Just be honest with her, and it may take her some time to get used to it. Like, I know my mum it didn't like upset her, but I don't know, she just, I suppose wanted me to be that girly daughter. As for actual fashion advice, yeah, like men's oversized tees tucked into jeans. Honestly, rock whatever you feel most comfortable in. You kind of sound like you have good fashion anyway, so rock it, sister. Are high school relationships worth getting into? Yeah, I don't see why not. Dating in high school, I suppose your question is like, is it worth it, or is it just because you're young and like learning things? And I honestly think dating in high school is great. It's a great way of learning not only who you are and like what you enjoy, and like learning different people and like how different minds tick and work and stuff like that. It doesn't mean that it has to be end game, and I suppose maybe that's what you're asking. It is worth it. It's a learning curve. You get to know a lot about yourself and about other people. How did you find the courage to come out to your friend? Honestly, I have some of the greatest friends in the world. I didn't need to find the courage. I just did it because I knew that they loved me for me and that wasn't going to change due to who I was attracted to. And I knew that if it did change for anyone, that they weren't a real friend and that they weren't worth my time. That's the tea. What was the hardest part of coming out? And I get this every single Q&A and I answer it the same way every single Q&A. The hardest part was coming out to myself and coming to terms with the fact that I wasn't just into guys and that I liked women and I liked sleeping with women. That was hard because it wasn't something I was used to, and I questioned a lot, and I always thought back in time, like, was there a part where I was like gay, and like was there something that triggered it and stuff like that. And I really just overthought, and that's what you do when you are struggling with your sexuality. You do wonder and you do try and analyze yourself and your thoughts and feelings, and it can be tough. And that was definitely the hardest part, because by the time I did come out to friends and family, I was ready and I knew who I was and there was no more questions. People could ask me questions and I knew the answer to all of them. There was no uncertainty anymore, and that's, yeah. Fave gay icon or bicon, honestly all the gays in LA, freaking froth them. How do you deal with a long distance relationship? I have actually never been in an LDR relationship, so I don't know if I can give proper advice on that. I suppose a healthy line of open communication, making sure you do catch up and talk when you as often as you can. I suppose it doesn't have to be every day, but definitely make an effort. Make sure you both make a conscious effort to make it work. It needs to be that 50-50. Send letters, be super romantic. Just because you're super far away from each other doesn't mean that you can't do things for each other. And I can imagine it would make it all the more special when you do get to see each other in person and hang out. Can you sing or play an instrument? I cannot sing as much as I wish I could. I cannot sing, and I can play the piano, or at least I used to be able to. I had piano lessons for about 4 years. And that, ladies and gents, brings me to the end of this 30K Q&Gay. Thanks for the questions, fam. Bye.